The secure person approaches the avoidant with a fundamentally different energy than anxious or other avoidant types. They do not chase. They do not fix. They do not make the avoidance patterns their personal mission. Instead, they maintain a grounded presence that neither enables dysfunction nor punishes it. This approach is powerful, not because it employs strategy, but because it comes from genuine self-worth and emotional maturity. The secure person understands that they cannot change the avoidant, cannot heal them, cannot love them into security, but they can maintain their own boundaries while offering connection on terms that respect both people equally. If you're wondering why secure people don't get destroyed by avoidant patterns, subscribe for insights on how emotional maturity shifts every dynamic without playing games. They respect space without making it personal. When the avoidant withdraws, the secure person does not spiral into panic or self-doubt. They do not interpret the distance as rejection or abandonment. They understand that the avoidant's need for space is about the avoidant's internal regulation, not about their worthiness or the value of the connection. So they step back without resentment. They allow the avoidant to process whatever they need to process, without hovering, demanding explanations, or making the space feel like punishment. But here is the crucial distinction. The secure person respects space while also maintaining their own boundaries about how long that space can last without communication. They are not endlessly patient. They simply recognize that some space is healthy and necessary, and they can hold their own emotional center while the avoidant retreats. This response is disarming to the avoidant because it removes the familiar dynamic of pursuit and retreat. There is no chase to run from, no desperation to validate their defenses, just calm acceptance that space exists and will be respected, alongside the quiet certainty that excessive space will result in natural disconnection rather than desperate clinging. They do not try to fix or change them. The secure person recognizes that the avoidance patterns are not problems to solve, but the result of deep attachment wounding that requires professional support and personal commitment to heal. They do not take on the role of therapist, savior, or emotional teacher. They do not make excuses for hurtful behavior by intellectualizing attachment theory. They see the avoidant clearly, understand the psychological mechanisms at play, and still hold them accountable for their actions. When the avoidant deactivates or becomes dismissive, the secure person does not try to coax them back into connection. They do not pursue harder to prove their worth. They simply observe the behavior, name it if necessary, and decide whether it aligns with what they are willing to accept in relationship. This is not coldness, but clarity. The secure person knows that they cannot love someone into healing, and that attempting to do so only enables the avoidant to avoid taking responsibility for their own growth. They maintain their own life and emotional center. Perhaps most importantly, the secure person does not organize their entire existence around the avoidant's inconsistent availability. They have their own life, their own friendships, their own passions, their own sense of purpose that exists completely independent of whether the avoidant shows up or not. When the avoidant is present, the secure person enjoys the connection. When the avoidant withdraws, the secure person continues living fully. This is not a strategy to make the avoidant chase. It is genuine wholeness that does not require another person's validation to remain intact. The secure person's happiness is not contingent on the avoidant's behavior, which means the avoidant cannot destabilize them through inconsistency. This steadiness is both attractive and frustrating to the avoidant. Attractive because it demonstrates the kind of emotional regulation they lack. Frustrating because it means their usual patterns do not create the reactions they expect. The secure person will not wait indefinitely. They will not accept breadcrumbs. They will not compromise their peace to accommodate someone else's unwillingness to show up consistently. And ultimately, if the avoidant cannot meet them with genuine effort and growth, the secure person will walk away without bitterness or drama, not because they do not care, but because they care about themselves enough to refuse to participate in dynamics that require them to shrink, chase, or sacrifice their well-being. This is how the secure person handles the avoidant, with compassion, clear boundaries, and the unwavering commitment to their own emotional health above all else.